Let's be honest, running large language models on your own machine can be, well, a bit of a nightmare. It should be exciting, right? But half the time, it's just a massive headache. You find an amazing new model, you spend time downloading it, you try to run it, and nope, it fails. Today, we're going to talk about a tool that's designed to kill that frustration once and for all. It's called llmfit. I mean, this is it, right? This is the one question that just stops so many cool projects dead in their tracks. You see a groundbreaking new model, your head is buzzing with ideas, and then you just slam right into this brick wall of uncertainty. Do I have enough VRAM for this? Is my CPU going to be a huge bottleneck? Am I about to waste an hour downloading something that will never even run? And it really is a maze. You're trying to navigate thousands and thousands of models, and the hardware requirements are either totally missing, super vague, or sometimes just plain wrong. It creates this painful cycle of download, wait, try, fail, delete, and you just do it all over again. But what if you had a guide for that maze? Something that actually knew your system specs, inside and out. Something that understood the really deep, nerdy nuances of different model architectures and could just tell you what's going to work. Well, that's exactly the problem llmfit was built to solve. So here's the key. llmfit is not just another boring list of models. Think of it more as a recommendation engine, but from a systems engineer's point of view. It actually probes your hardware, your RAM, your CPU, your specific GPU, and then it scores every model against your setup to give you this crystal clear, data-driven list of what you can run, and this is the important part, how well it's actually going to perform. All right, enough talk. Let's see this thing in action. We're going to dive straight into the terminal user interface, or the TUI. This is the main interactive way you're going to use llmfit. And getting started is, dead simple. If you're on a Mac or Linux, it's literally one curl command. You just copy-paste into your terminal. On Windows, a quick scoop install and you're done. After that, you just type llmfit and hit enter. That's it. No complicated setup. And boom, there it is. The very first thing you'll notice, right at the top, it's already showing your system specs. It's detected your hardware automatically. And below that, you get this incredibly rich table of models, all sorted by a smart composite score. I mean, look at all the info here. The model name, its size, the estimated tokens per second on your machine, plus the best quantitation level for your hardware, and that absolutely critical fit column, telling you if it's a perfect, good, or just marginal fit. So let's imagine a really common scenario. Okay, I've already downloaded a bunch of models using Llama, but right now I just need to find the absolute best one I have that's specifically for coding. This is where the Interactive TUI just shines. And check this out. This shows the filtering in action. I just filter for installed and then for the coding use case. And just like that, the entire list is instantly narrowed down to exactly what I need. And it's even ranked by which one will perform best on my specific machine. All that guesswork, gone. Now for all you power users out there, the navigation is super efficient. It actually takes its cues from Vim. Normal mode is what you start in, great for browsing and quick filtering with the F key. But then you can hit V to pop into visual mode, which lets you select a few different models to compare them side by side. Or hit Shift plus V for select mode, which gives you this really granular control by letting you filter on the contents of an entire column. Oh, and a nice little touch. You can press T to cycle through about 10 different color themes to find one that's easy on your eyes. Okay, so the interface is awesome, but how is it so smart? Let's peel back the layers a bit and actually look at the engineering that makes these recommendations so incredibly accurate. This is really where llmfit goes from being just a handy little utility to an absolutely essential systems tool. So the secret sauce here is this multi-dimensional scoring system. It doesn't just ask a simple question like, does it fit in memory? No. Instead, it generates a single holistic score by looking at every model across 4 crucial dimensions of performance and utility. Let's break these down real quick. Quality isn't just about how big the model is. It actually weighs the parameter count against the model's reputation and how well it's known for a specific task. Speed is that calculated tokens per second estimate, and it's based on your specific hardware, whether that's an NVIDIA GPU, an Apple Silicon chip, or just your CPU. Fit measures memory efficiency. It actually rewards a model that uses, say, 90% of your VRAM over one that only uses 20%. And finally, context looks at the model's context window and compares it to what's considered good for its main use case. And here's a perfect example of the tool's intelligence. Take a model like Mixtral 8x7b. If you just naively calculate its 46.7 billion parameters, you'd think you need something like 24 gigs of VRAM, which prices most of us out. But llmfit understands Mixture of Experts architecture. It knows that only a small fraction of those parameters are actually active at any one time, so it does the correct calculation based on the active parameter count, and suddenly the VRAM requirement drops to a much more reasonable 6.6 gigs. I mean, that is a total game changer for resource management. And all of this works because llmfit starts with this really smart probing of your system. It identifies NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, and Apple Silicon GPUs to figure out what they can do. Then it scans for your local model providers, Llama, LM Studio, llama.cpp, and automatically flags the models you already have installed. And for those tricky setups, maybe a container or a VM where auto detection isn't perfect, you have an escape hatch. The dash memory flag lets you manually tell it exactly how much VRAM you have available. Okay, so the TUI is fantastic for exploring and finding models interactively, but for developers and anyone in MLOps, the real power, the real magic comes from automation. And llmfit was built from day one to be a core component in a larger machine learning pipeline. And this is how it's done. llmfit can expose a simple REST API. With just a single curl command like this one, you can programmatically ask your machine, hey, give me the single best coding model that is a perfect fit for my hardware. The API just returns clean JSON, which is perfect for scripting, for CI/CD pipelines, or really any kind of automated workflow you can dream up. And the automation features go even deeper. You can just add a -JSON flag to any command to get that machine-readable output without even needing the API. There's this brilliant feature called plan mode, which flips the whole script. You tell it the model you want to run, and it tells you the hardware you need to go out and buy. You can also run it as a web dashboard to access from any device, or even point it at remote model providers running on a totally different server. It gives you this awesome centralized control panel. The whole integration story gets even cooler. You can install llmfit as a skill for agentic frameworks like OpenClaw. And this lets you go from typing commands to just having a conversation. You can literally ask your agent in plain English to recommend and set up the best coding model. The agent just calls the llmfit API under the hood, makes a smart, hardware-aware decision, and then can automatically configure your entire environment for you. So let's just pull this all together. What we've really been looking at here is a journey from complete chaos and confusion to total clarity, and it's all powered by a single command. And really, that's the bottom line. Instead of a workflow that's built on trial and error and a whole lot of frustration, llmfit gives you the power to make a confident, correct, and data-driven decision every single time. It respects your hardware, and it definitely respects your time. I mean, this tool fundamentally changes the starting line for any local AI project. The question isn't what can I run anymore, it's now that I know exactly what I can run perfectly, what am I gonna build next? And that, right there, is a much more powerful and exciting place to begin.
Please like, share, and subscribe.